How are you? Push in on the big part of the handle, and when the lever comes out, there you go. You got it.
Gosh, you need an engineering degree.
That's about right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, apologies about that. For some reason, the Uber pin had me going down to that other, and when I got there, I was like, well, that's obviously not going to work. But then I saw your,
dot.
Your dot, yeah, your blue dot, and I was like, no, I'm just going to go that way.
Yeah, that's all right. We found it.
Yes, sir.
We found it.
And we're going to.
Yes. So the restaurant.
Oh, okay. Going for a dinner.
Yeah. Anyway, I can have a couple of drinks.
There you go. That's the way to do it, man. Take an Uber down and take an Uber back, and that way you can enjoy yourself and not risk. Instead, you know, being out of pocket, whatever the Uber is, keeps you from being out of pocket about $20K.
$20K for a DUI.
For a DUI, I think that's about the going rate I hear today is about 15 to 20K for a DUI.
Anybody want to take that risk?
I'll tell you, I mean, you would be surprised at, or maybe you wouldn't because it's Houston, at how many people I get in my Uber who that's the main reason they're even in my Uber is because they lost their license due to multiple DUIs.
Well, multiple. One wasn't enough.
Oh yeah. No. The record. Oh, you are sitting down. I was gonna say, sit down. Make sure you sit down. I had a guy with 7 DUIs.
7.
He had, I mean, basically his parents had to sell their house. He spent time in jail. Go ahead, Derek.
I mean, if my kids do that, I'm not selling my house.
Yeah, I mean,
exactly.
That's
my house.
That's,
you got yourself in
right.
that
You
mess. Bail yourself.
We're gonna go do something else, like exactly what. But he and let's see. Oh, Kingwood Drive must be pretty harsh right there. It's having me go. Now this is kind of interesting because
it always does that.
Yeah, it does this during the day. Let's see. Well, it's 5:45. Okay, I forget. It's getting dark.
I know.
It felt like it was 7 o'clock. Yeah.
No, it's only 5:30.
Yeah. But yeah, I was the same way. I mean, the only thing that you could outwardly see that showed evidence of his story was he had this wrist bracelet contraption on that you could tell had been put there by a judge, and it had a breathalyzer on it, and he had to blow into that thing every 4 hours. And if he didn't blow in it every 4 hours, he would go back to jail. And so he was like, I have to wake up in the middle of the night, and you know, I'm setting alarms.
That is so funny.
Yeah. If anything tells you how bad jail must be, that. Because part of me was like, shit, just send me to jail and get it over with. But, you know, something tells me that was a lot better than jail.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm not a big drinker anyway. And so, people that take that route, I don't get it.
Yeah.
And my wife doesn't drink at all, so if I do go out with her, if I want to drink or something.
There you go. You've got a ready-made.
She's my sober companion.
There you go. There you go.
But again, I don't drink very much. So.
Yeah, it's just, but you're doing the smart thing. It's even if you don't drink that much, like that would be the worst then to get it, and you're not even a drinker.
You're right at the threshold. Right?
Yeah.
What did I do that for?
Exactly.
And my wife was, she was in a car accident. She was hit by a drunk driver.
Oh my gosh.
And
I'm so sorry, dude.
My wife wasn't, I totaled the car, but my wife wasn't injured physically, but mentally, I mean, it scares you. And then, of course, the person driving under the influence had an unrestrained child in the back seat that was thrown from the vehicle.
Oh no.
She didn't die, but man, she had injuries.
Bad injuries. Oh my gosh.
Yet another reason I cannot drink and drive ever.
Yeah.
She is very, very sensitive to that. So
oh, I bet, man. I mean, that must have traumatized your wife.
It was bad. It was rough there for a while. Scared her to death, and then again, she wasn't physically. I mean, airbags going off. It's amazing how she had burns in her arm, a little bit on her neck.
Yeah, but those airbags
that's violent.
Yeah, those airbags will beat you up.
Yeah, boom.
Yep, exactly. But they keep you alive.
No, yeah, it really kept her from getting any major. Hey, that worked out really well. I think Uber knows.
Well, it's Tesla.
Tesla. Oh,
yeah.
Tesla's telling you to do.
Yeah, the car's driving us. I haven't done a thing since you got in.
No way.
Yeah. Here. So you see my footwell.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is Tesla full self-driving. Wow. Actually, call it just self-driving now, but yeah, it. So when you got into the vehicle, and I accepted the ride, that there's a seamless integration between the Uber app here and my Tesla navigation. So it just went directly over to the navigation. I pressed a button. There was a button there that said, initialize or start self-driving. I pushed that button. I have not touched the steering wheel or either of the pedals, and I won't all the way to your destination.
And that's something.
Yeah.
Now, I've heard.
Go ahead, ask any questions.
I don't have a Tesla, but I've heard that the self-driving. I've got a couple guys that work on my team.
Okay.
They have long commutes and they love it.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that it even could drive in town.
It's soup to nuts everywhere. Wow. It's a generalized artificial intelligence approach. So this is AI, like real world AI driving it. This isn't like hard C++.
If I had a commute, I might have to get one. I didn't
Dude,
that advanced.
Yeah, I'm retired. So I retired a year ago.
Yeah.
But if I was still doing my old, commute, I live in Kingwood as well.
Oh, you do?
I do. If I was still doing my commute downtown, which I did 5 days a week here to my office and our company office downtown, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Because you can now you still have to supervise, right? So you see that I'm in the driver's seat.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a camera there that's watching, to make sure I'm awake, to make sure I'm
that's right.
looking at, but so that's where it's at right now. But still, even
I had no idea it was driving itself.
It was that smooth to you.
Yeah. I had no
That's
idea.
awesome. I love hearing that. See, I never say anything to anybody unless it comes up. And so with you, it came up because you were like, oh, that worked out.
Yeah.
I never ever go against Tesla navigation. I've learned my lesson a few times.
It knows what it's doing.
Yeah.
And if it's driving the car.
So it is not only driving the car, so taking the photons, it's got 8 cameras all around the car. It's taking all the photons in. It's got an inference chip in it that is inferring all the photons, and then the outputs are driving pedals, everything around it.
It's really kind of blowing my mind.
Yeah,
now
go ahead.
I kind of understand why. I mean, it's pretty consistent. We've got 3 or 4 people on our team that have really long commute. They all have Teslas.
That's awesome. Awesome.
And they say, because, Chevron Phillips, we're connected to oil companies.
Yep.
Right? And so, we sell gasoline.
Yep.
Our owners do. But, they were like, no. Once you have a self-driving car and a long commute, the stress level is so much lower. So you're letting the car drive.
Yeah, you see it right now.
It's incredible. And it's not like it's driving super slow or super...
No, there's 5 modes to it. Do you want me to show you the modes? So I have it on Mad Max right now.
Oh!
Which is... Mad Max is basically a Houston driver at 5:54 p.m., right? But I could go all the way down to Sloth. If I went to Sloth, that will only go the speed limit, get all the way over to the right-hand side. But in Houston, we'll be kicked off the roads. They'll push us onto the feeder. All the way on city streets, I usually do standard. That usually is like 5 to 7 miles above the speed limit. And then but then all the way to Mad Max, which is kind of what you're experiencing right now. But I tell people, for Houston, Mad Max is basically a Houston driver. You see it. We're not like going balls to the wall. We're basically going along like a typical Houston driver, right?
He's got passed.
Yeah, just as I say that, I'm like... But yeah, this is for commutes, dude. And here's the thing. just so you know, Eric, I worked in the oil and gas business for 30 years.
Yeah.
I wasn't an operational guy. I was an accountant. Well, I guess technically I still am a CPA, but all of my my clients were in the oil field service business. So that's the world I was in. But I just got drawn to Tesla because of the technology. Like I looked at this and I go like, who cares whether it's, what kind of energy, where you're like, look at this, the car drives itself.
I know.
And it's like what I've noticed of all, I get a lot of oil and gas executives like yourself, as you might imagine.
Yeah.
Since I retired, this is my first kind of post-retirement gig. I've gotten quite a bit of oil and gas executives, and across the board, all of them say the same thing. It's like, yeah, the technology's just irrefutable. It looks.
And the fact that we were able to drive in King, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I've taken a Waymo before.
Okay.
And I feel like that's on software.
Yeah, the Waymo is a little bit of a different thing. It's obviously only inside like city centers.
Yeah.
So did you take it in Arizona or San Francisco or LA?
We were in San Francisco.
San Francisco, yep. So it's gonna basically only be in the cities. It
was smooth.
Oh yeah. It'll get you point A to point B and not kill you.
We were going from like wharf to our hotel, which was only like, I don't know, a mile and a half, 2 miles or something.
Right.
We were just exhausted because we'd been walking all day.
Yeah.
And so we're like, hey, let's just try that.
And overall, great drive, right?
No, it was super smooth. The roads in San Francisco, especially around the wharf, they're kind of discontinuous. So I was very impressed that I was able to navigate.
Yep. Well, that's what they do, is they like map out everything with LiDAR, and they've got LiDAR equipment, the spinning thing that run all the time. This is a completely different approach to autonomy. So this one is what they call vision-based. So it like I said, it operates. So God, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place here. The Waymos, they do have some AI, but they primarily operate off LiDAR and mapping, right? Whereas Tesla is 100% artificial intelligence. So I mentioned the 8 cameras around so what they do, what Tesla has done is they've basically trained up a neural network software program called Full Self-Driving. And they've got this huge complex in Austin and in Palo Alto where they get a whole bunch of NVIDIA. I think they're on the Blackwells now. I could be wrong, but they're basically those GPUs, those H100s. They put a ton of them into a training cluster. And they're basically like the video game GPUs.
Yeah.
And so what they do is they just, as they train the neural network, they feed it millions upon billions of clips of the best human drivers in all different driving scenarios, and basically train that cluster, right? They train it, and once they've got it trained up to a point that they're ready to release that particular software instance, then they push it out to each of the Teslas, and every single Tesla has an inference chip. So not a training chip, but an inference chip. And that training software will then be pushed out over the air to my inference chip, and then it's ready to go. And then what happens is when I put in the navigation and press the button, the cameras take in the photons around it, just like our eyeballs take in photons.
And you can't process that much information as a human being anyway.
Nowhere near as quickly. And so, it takes in the photons like we do. The inference chip is basically like its brain.
Yeah.
So it takes the photons in, filters it through the inference chip, which has been trained up by Tesla. And then that inference chip, through the training that was pushed out to it, decides what to do. I'm going to go forward at 71 miles an hour. I'm going to slow down to 70. Yeah. I'm going to get over to the right. I'm going to get over to the left. I'm going to put on that sort of stuff. Just the same way that our brains have been trained up. Me personally, I'm 56 years old.
Yeah.
So my brain has had 40 years of training of knowing how to drive. So when the photons go through my eyeballs into my inference chip up here, I use that 40 years of real life human experience to decide
what to do.
What to do. Well, that's the exact same approach that Tesla's taking, except it's through artificial intelligence instead of a human being. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it totally does. I mean, the human brain, I mean, our visual cortex can only process, if you put your thumb out, the area of your thumb is the high definition vision that we can actually process. The rest of what I'm seeing in my field of view is inferred.
Yep.
And a creation of my brain.
Exactly.
We don't know because our brain tricks us into thinking we can see all this in high definition. We can't.
Right.
It's just inferring it.
Right.
So it sounds like they used how the human brain processes information.
You hit it. You hit it on the head. They have
fascinating.
What they have done. They have basically built a software program that mimics the human brain, but for just one task: to drive. That's it. To drive. And here's the other thing: is that this software program that is running in this Tesla right now, it doesn't drink. It doesn't smoke weed.
No.
It's not married. Didn't get yelled at by its wife. And you get pissed. It didn't work a 12-hour day and is tired. It doesn't have an ego. It doesn't have emotion. It has none of those things. It just drives without an ego, without any emotion, just efficiently, effectively, and safely. And so,
I had no idea, because again, I don't have a Tesla, and it's got this boom. I mean, I think the last time I rode in a Tesla was, well, I had a stint in Korea, so I didn't drive at all. I used public transportation.
Oh, nice.
So I'm back now. So it's been at least 3 or 4 years.
So it's been 3 to 4 years since you've been in a Tesla?
Yeah, I think.
Nice.
And I've maybe taken some Uber Teslas, but
probably older Teslas.
Yeah, they were old.
Yeah. This one is I bought this.
So the last couple of electric vehicles I got from Uber, they weren't Teslas. One was a Range Rover electric vehicle. The other one was a.
Let me guess, Polestar.
Polestar, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a bunch. It's because I guess who is it? Volvo. They're literally trying to give those things away.
I haven't ridden in a Tesla.
Yeah, but the Tesla, and this is me. Take this with a grain of salt. I'm a Tesla nerd. I love this
You're
stuff.
definitely a Tesla nerd.
Yeah.
If you know how the chip works, I mean, good grief.
But there's just no comparison to Tesla. I mean, it's almost like these legacy OEMs that build the EVs. It's almost like they built them to stunt the EV adoption.
Yeah.
They're that bad. Like I've actually picked up some passengers before who had gotten stranded in an EV. Like it was given to them as a loaner. That's how a lot of the legacy.
Yeah.
Speaking of, is that oh, never mind. I thought that was like I thought that was one of those like Waymos.
Oh yeah. He just had luggage rack.
Yeah, that was a weird looking luggage rack. That was funny. But yeah, like one of the things that some of these dealerships are doing is when folks come in to get their car serviced, a lot of times if there's been a lot of people getting loaners, sometimes the only loaners that are available are these EVs. And so literally, I was about to say funny thing, it wasn't funny at all, but I just picked up a family about 3 or 4 days ago where they had gotten stranded. They went into they drive a Yukon, regular old nice beautiful Yukon, gas Yukon, and they needed to get it serviced. Well, the only thing that the GM dealership had on lot was for loaners was a Cadillac Lyriq, which is their EV. And what they did, nobody at the dealership knew a damn thing about it.
No.
So nobody knew. It wasn't like they were forgetful in providing them instructions on what to do. They didn't even know. So they just said,
turn it on?
Here, I don't know. But here, you know what?
My parents have a Cadillac, a CT6 or whatever.
Okay.
Their standard gasoline
Yep.
SUV. That is the most convoluted. Just to put it in drive is convoluted.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine giving them the reins to design the controls.
Oh, and they had
for an
no
electric
clue.
vehicle.
They didn't even know where chargers were.
Yeah.
And so they, you know, what, and it was inevitable.
Well, Ford, you know, the Ford CEO realized pretty quickly that if we're going to do EVs, we need a charger network, and realized, well, we're incompetent, so the way we can do that. And he talked to Tesla. He cold called Elon and like, we cut a deal. He was like, yeah, we'll put opposite people on it.
And then everybody else started following, which I guess. See, here's the thing: they didn't know that they could go to a and they couldn't have gone because the dealership didn't even know that GM vehicles can now charge at Tesla superchargers.
Yeah.
But you have to have a special adapter.
You have to have a $250 adapter.
That's right. And of course, because the dealership had no clue about that, they never gave an adapter.
They needed it, and they didn't have one.
They didn't have. So they were completely dependent on these like EV Go or Electrify America. They're just crap. And you're sitting there for 2 hours. I mean, and so there was a gentleman, his wife, and 2 daughters. And I looked at him and I was like, you're never, ever going to buy an EV now, are you? And he goes, I won't use the language he did, but he basically said a word, no. And it wasn't hell. No. And even in front, he was so angry. He was so fed up. And I told him, I was like, I think your wife would throw you out of the house if you came home with an EV now. And he's like, I wouldn't blame her. I'd have to live in that thing. And so there you go. There is a family who a week ago was probably willing to look at it. They will never in a million years unless you force it on them.
And so is this the Model 3?
This is the Model 3. This is a 2024 Model 3. This is the base. So this vehicle right here is your baseline Tesla. All Teslas can do this, by the way. So it's not just newer Tesla. Like this is a newer one. So this is the refreshed Model 3, but all Teslas, even a Tesla made in 2019, 2018, it can run the self-driving technology and do the exact same drive we're doing right now.
See, and this guy's was me.
Yep. So we were about to get over. Do you notice that? And I didn't even see that. We were about to get over, and I was like, I wonder where we're waiting.
Now, oh shit.
Yep.
Cummins diesel coming up our rear end.
Exactly.
Okay, I got you. It's interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, I mean, I don't have a commute, so I live and work in Kingwood.
Okay, so
but there's always a potential, like if I had to, take another roll or whatever.
Right. Or road trips.
Road trips.
Dude, this is like, I've done more road tripping now that I have. This is my second Tesla, by the way. Since I've owned Teslas, I've literally done 10x in road trips because it's so easy. Like
my wife's car has highway drive assist. It's not self-driving.
It's not, but once you're on the highway, kind of does the same. Yeah.
And it does a similar thing. Now it doesn't change lanes. You got to do that yourself.
Yeah. See, this does everything. This changes lanes, keeps you on your path. So basically, you don't have to think about anything.
Even with the highway drive assist, the fatigue factor of driving goes way down.
Way down.
Because you don't have to pay like that close attention.
Nope.
Because it turns the wheel and keeps you in the middle of the lanes.
Exactly.
But I think this has been fascinating just because I didn't realize it's gotten this good.
Yeah, my wife's Mercedes has the same thing. She has like the highway ADAS system.
Yeah.
But I remember when like at one point she was like, "Oh yeah, my car does self-driving too." And then the very first time that I got her in the Tesla to do like a FS from soup to nuts from Kingwood, from a home of Kingwood into downtown, and it parked right in front of my office. But she's like, "Yeah, that's different."
Yeah, no, I don't.
She's like, "All right, you shut my mouth."
Self-driving.
Yeah, but everybody does that. Like I think they unless you. So this was your first time to experience it, right? And that's what I tell people. It's like when Tesla nerds get mad. They do. And I mean, here's the thing. I'm a Tesla nerd full and through. I'm a Tesla bull. I'm an Elon stan. And a lot of my fellow Elon stands, Tesla, they get angry when people say that, oh, I've got the same thing. And I was like, don't get angry. They've never experienced it. And so, like, here's a great example of, like, you're obviously extreme because, like, you summarized the neural net for me like that. So you're obviously, like, you know what's going on in the AI world.
Yeah.
And so this was your first time to experience it.
Yeah, I didn't realize they'd gotten this far.
Right. So now once you've experienced it, you're probably thinking to yourself, yeah, that's not my wife's ADAS, highway ADAS system.
And the thing I hate, I mean, a commute. Now, there's a couple of them, like I'll drive to, we have facilities in Baytown. And
Yeah.
now I can take 99 around. You know, the company pays my mileage and my tolls. The amount of less stress, right? And it's because I don't have to pay as close attention.
Yep.
There's not as much traffic. But if you could just use a Tesla to drive for you, you could avoid that stress associated with the commute. And I'm thinking that if I ever get in a situation where I do have a commute, I'm going to have to buy a self-driving Tesla.
Yeah, I would.
Again, I got folks on my team, they swear by it, and I didn't get it, like, because I don't have a Tesla.
Do you want me to be blunt with you? I mean, it's the whole reason I'm even doing Uber as a retiree. The reason I do Uber I don't need the money. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I'll take anything. I enjoy the fact that it, you know, for a retiree, as you know, for variable income for a retiree, it's not bad. I mean, Houston's a pretty good Uber town, but the primary.
If you live in Kingwood, you're so close to the airport.
Exactly.
You can
But
get.
let's see what. Oh, okay, there it goes. The primary reason I do it is because I want to show people this technology. It's like it's an opportunity. Now, granted, 80% of the people that get into an Uber, they never talk to you. Like most people, when they get into an Uber, they just want a nice, quiet ride, you know, and just get me point A to point B. What's that?
I've never been quiet in my life.
Me either. So you and I are kind of peas in a pod there. But for the 20% that do, yeah, I enjoy, and I'll tell you, it makes it like, this is what I do.
I mean, it's taking a back road. I mean,
Yep. Yeah, it's because, like, you see the navigation. It's basically, it is finding through. It's basically like Waze. I don't know if you use Waze.
Well, I mean,
you probably don't have to now where you live.
I've used it.
But it's kind of like that, where it's up to the minute. It's like up to the minute traffic data, and it's also got fleet telemetry. So anything that gets reported in goes into it. So yeah, it's gonna get the most. Let's see, get across here. Yeah, it sees the biker. Now I'll show you the visual. Look at that.
Oh, my goddamn.
Look at that.
It even sees the biker.
Look at the bike going across.
I think that's incredible.
Yep. So the only thing is, here's where we're, and see, it's software, so it's still getting better. Sometimes the aggressiveness, like, I think a human would have just punched it.
Oh yeah.
And but it stayed, and then it punched it there. But yeah, I mean, no harm, no foul there. But those are the things why we're still in supervised mode right now. The reason why this thing is not driving around without me in it in Houston, and it will be soon. This is going to happen. It's already happening in Austin. I don't know if you heard about that.
Yeah.
But that's things like that are where it's still.
Well, your issue there was the bushes.
Yeah, vision, but still, I think.
But you would have had to pull up.
I would have had to pull up
because the bushes were there. You couldn't see either.
True. My vision was definitely. I would have had to pull up as well. I do think I would have punched it though. The next to last time, where it got up there, it acted like it was going to get across, and then stopped. Yeah. I think I would have, with my eyes and my 40 years of experience and knowing how fast they're going, I would have gone ahead and punched it and not go.
Reckless human being.
Of
course you would.
That's right.
Why not?
Because I don't care about your life or my life or their life. I just need to get across this street and be there 2 seconds earlier than I would have been before.
Yeah, that's right. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is funny to see the calculus that people do or don't do in their head that makes no logical sense. Like, they're gonna miss an exit, and it would take them 2 minutes to go. They will go risk their lives and the lives of the vehicle they're cutting off to save 2 minutes.
I know.
Now, when you step back from it, you're like, risk your life, 2 minutes. Obviously, nobody in their right mind would say, oh yeah, that's worth it. That's worth it. Being home.
Computer would never do that.
Being home 1 minute and 45 seconds earlier, or being at your office, let alone. Being at my office at 7:45 and 47 seconds instead of 7:47 and 2 seconds, totally worth it to risk my life. Like, nobody says that. But when they're in the heat of the moment, that's the ego, the emotion, the anxiety, which the software has none of that.
Yeah. And that's kind of, I don't know, it's impressive how much better it's going to be.
So, I mean,
now I kind of get it.
You get it? You seeing it?
Get it to where the value of the self-driving, especially if you had a commute or you're driving a lot. I don't drive a lot, so right now I don't have a need for it. But
yeah,
it's definitely gets you thinking.
Absolutely.
And my wife. So, do you have a charger in your house?
I do. I have a wall charger that I had installed, and so I don't just use, like, Tesla. You can get like this $100, but it's slow as, it's like 2 kilowatts an hour or something like that. So I got a wall charger from Tesla.
Yeah.
Got it installed, and basically when I get home at night, and let's say I get home at 10%. Usually when I get home around somewhere right around 10%. I plug in, and within 3.5, 4 hours, I'm at 85 to 90%. Wow. And that's while I'm asleep overnight. So yeah,
it's
I don't even think about it.
20 or 50 amp charger then. That's pretty.
Yes. Yeah. It's a 15. Yeah. Yeah. It will take you.
Does it monitor, like, I know at my house, I got 150 amp service.
Yep.
I got 2 air conditioners, here in Kingwood, we got this big house, 2 air conditioners.
Yep.
And,
I got the same thing.
Okay.
I'm in the same boat with you.
Did you have to upgrade to a 200 amp service?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Does it
how long ago was your home constructed?
It was built in 99.
Okay, well that may be, mine was built in 2017.
Okay.
So that may be something you might want to just check. Like but the electrician, that's one of the like, I will tell you, I had a master electrician come out and do it. Anytime, I just don't mess with the wiring in my, there's certain things I'll do in my house.
Well,
that ain't one of them.
Yeah, I've got I think it's a 20 amp. I have a welder. And so I've got a 20 amp
Oh, so you're that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You could do it then.
Well, I just plug it into that, right? The outlet's already there.
Yeah. But you have the knowledge base to do that. I don't. So I get an electrician first. There's certain, certain plumbing things, like if I screw that up.
It's funny you say that. Like, I'm much more comfortable with electricity than plumbing, because plumbing,
why aren't you in a Tesla?
It never works the first time you do plumbing. It always leaks.
Yeah. But here's the deal. I could screw up a plumbing job and my house won't burn down.
That's true.
I screw up a electrical job.
You could do a lot of damage.
I could do a lot of damage.
That's true. And I don't know. I don't make a habit of doing too much, but I've installed a transfer switch in my house for a generator.
If you've done that,
and so
then this would be nothing for you. It was not that difficult to install the home charger, and it was literally like a half an hour's worth of work. I just don't trust myself personally to go in there and mess with. I just don't know. But if you do, the Tesla, it's not expensive. Like, the actual home charger was like $250 that I got. And then
you can't even get the adapter from General Motors for $250.
Oh yeah. Now it did the labor to get it installed, because I'm calling out a master electrician because I want it done. That was probably twice the amount.
Well, they have a minimum charge.
Yeah, they got a minimum charge.
2 to 4 hours depending.
That's right. Yeah, so it actually was twice as much for the installation as the product itself. But like I said, I'll pay $400 to not burn down my house any day.
That's what it costs. You got to get those. Yeah, that's what it costs.
Yeah, but if you know all that, it's been excellent.
It's just fascinating that it's gotten this good.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't this good. It wasn't.
I had
a friend of mine that had one. It was probably before 2020. he had one of the, what is it, the X, the one with the Gulf wheel?
Golf with that's X, yep.
And that thing was fast as hell.
Yeah, he must have the plaid.
Yo, he did.
Yeah.
It was so fast. And it was fun to drive, but in a self-driving, like in an area like this, it was glitchy and it still didn't work. So he never used it for this part of the drive, but he would use it on the highway.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
And it
so
didn't have, I don't think it had the Mad Max mode because
no. This is new.
Yeah,
this just started.
Much more cautious.
Yeah, so they released a new software version. Not to get too wonky, but they basically number them.
Yeah.
So like version 11, version 12, version 13, version 14. Well, we're on version 14 now. If the last time you experienced FSD, you said was 3 years ago.
It was probably more than that, 3 or 4 years ago.
Then it was like version 10 or 11.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was, in fact, what you experienced wasn't even the neural net. It was still hard C++ coding back then.
Yeah.
Then you could probably tell because it was probably jerky and
It was.
You could tell the if this then that
It made
equations.
you uneasy to use it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't notice it at all until you pointed it out.
Yeah, so they scrapped all of the hard C++ type coding in FSD about 3 years ago and went to the neural network.
Hey, Sean. I'm like 1 minute away or something. Oh, I'm in an Uber. I'm good to go. They're gonna drop me right off. Yeah, see you in a couple minutes. All right. Yep. Bye bye.
Oh, he was worried about you being able to park.
Yeah.
You're like, nope, don't need to worry about that.
They picked the restaurant, right? And,
yeah.
And it's really good, but then there's not very much parking. So I was like, well, I'm in an Uber. I don't have to worry. Oh, great, good.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about any of that. Yeah, that's one of the big pluses of rideshare too, is just not having to worry about parking. But yeah, that's going to your if it was 3 or 4 years ago that you experienced it, I mean, it was, let's just be blunt, I think it was pretty god awful back then for most people.
The fact that you have this mode where it drives like a normal person,
yep,
and is able to do it smoothly, and you don't have to worry about. I don't know. It just, and even with the that big diesel truck barreling down, and running around everybody,
you don't even have to
it noticed it, hesitated, and
it did all the work for me.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
We're gonna get a little tight little turn right here. So it looks like, oh, what's it slowing down for? Oh, we got a young lady to the left and a gentleman to the right. Yeah. I don't know. As a human, I probably wouldn't have hesitated that much for those two. I mean, they were far enough away, but you saw that, how it kind of just hesitated a little bit.
Yep.
Let them make sure they weren't going to dart into the street. So stuff like that, it's very nuanced, soft, sentience type of stuff that is baking in.
So Malcolm Gladwell, you know Malcolm.
Oh yeah.
Author,
he did Outliers and
So he has a podcast called Revisionist History.
Yep.
And it's a great podcast. And he did one on electric cars, and he did it based on kind of what you're talking about. The vehicle is not a person, and so like how that changes how we interact with streets, because a Tesla won't run you over,
right?
But a human driver will.
Yes.
So how does that change? Like in a big city, it opens up the street for more uses.
Yep.
When you have autonomous.
Oh, landscapes are going to change.
Yeah.
Not immediately, but over the next 20 years. Looks like is this it right here?
I think this might be it.
I think
the other end of this little parking lot.
But yeah, I see what he's talking about. Yeah, this is, and you got construction up there too. So it looks like it wants. Is it called AICO?
AICO, yeah. That's
okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
There it is. We found it.
Awesome.
Well, this was a fascinating trip.
Such a great trip, man. Yeah, nice really good talking to you, bud. Hope you have. Oh, you're gonna that button at the top of the. No, don't worry about that. That button at the top, right there. Yeah, and then push out on. There you go.
Oh my God. I have an engineering right. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. You have a great dinner.